Okay, let's start this session. So welcome everyone.
Hello.
Hello. So the idea of this session is to have a great update about what we are organizing here in Valencia, called the Civic Factory Fest. And as maybe mainly you know that this event is also the occasion to have the second local camp. So we have a lot of things, a lot of stuff to discuss with you all, and the idea is to start this first sharing session and having each, if you agree, if Thursday. I don't know if the same hour or the same time or later, a session about this event. So maybe we can discuss about it later. Maybe we can say that we have a 1 hour session, not more. It's okay for you? And the structure of the session will be first Francesco will present the project. I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, something like that.
Less.
Maybe less. And after that, we can start with the questions and doubts we have, and maybe we can take advantage for maybe other questions if we have enough time.
And we talk about how to work.
Yes.
From like global, like from CivicWise, how to contribute in the work it's developing here. So we will explain you how we thought to contribute as part of the community. Then we maybe more general question about CivicWise.
Okay. We remember that our chat channel is so if you want to comment something or ask something that is not overlapped by video, you can make questions by Slack. And just before the session, we shared an image with the structure of the event. So if you can open it, it will be useful to understand better the structure, actually.
I think we can share the screen also now with the image. Where is the image, Doma?
No, it's okay. No, es que no devi fare full screen, devi semplicemente condividere.
Okay, so we start with showing you this. Okay, do you see the? Can you see my screen? Are you there? No?
Sí.
Yes, yes.
Okay, do you see the screen?
Sí, yes.
Okay, so let's start. Civic Factory Fest. It will be, first of all, we have to focus that it will be the experimentation, a temporary experimentation of the Civic Factory. So we now talk about the event that will take place in Valencia in the month of November. The event will develop prototype the functions of the future Civic factory. It's not sure that the Civic factory will be in the same place, so it's just prototyping, and we have chances to stay there or to not. We don't know yet. We are developing our relationship with the main with the people who gives us the building. So what are you doing?
I want to see the face of people.
Ah, okay. No, I want
just be.
Okay, fine.
It's okay for you?
Yeah.
No, you prefer
No,
me?
I don't know. I want to Zoom.
Go. Zoomolo. Zoomolo.
Okay. What's going on? I mean, the event will be 1 month, and we will activate a space, a physical space that is in the port area. We can't give now more information about the building because it's not formal, the relation with the people who gave us the building. So we will give it in the next week. Don't worry, it's sure we're gonna have the building, but for now we can't just give information, public information. So the event, maybe some of you is updated to the previous steps. There were some categories on. You can find it in the brochure in Drive. Now we went a bit forward with the local actors that are taking place. That are many people, many collectives from here that works on collaborative urbanism as CivicWise do. We developed 6 main thematic area that are Agora, Laboratorio, Civic School, Expo, Communication, and we added Food Lab and Leisure, Ocio in Spanish, because there are thematic area. We just tried to structure the event as in how the contents of each area connects with the others, starting to develop how it can work. Now you see many information in this image, but because we start to put actors, to put the needs, to put sponsors on the structure, but we ask you to go a little forward and just to follow the conceptual map. So we started telling how it works. One point, it doesn't matter the starting point because everything is interconnected. So the Civic Factory Fest is good to focus that is developing as a civic space for emerging community and emerging cultures. This is how we are trying to develop it. So there, for those who already know the project, there were those thematic area was like closed area. Now we opened all the structure and we mixed everything. We don't know yet how it's going to be temporary, how it's going to be the calendar. So we are not focusing on this now. We just focus on the content, the structure of the contents. So we start from 1. You see the screen. So we will have, for example, the Agora, who is the more public, the space of debates and conference. It will have a more formal area and a more informal area. The formal area will be the place where we will have debates and conference, and we will have work groups and work tables, we call it like that. The informal area will be very connected with the food lab. As we experimented in local camp, food lab is a good place to develop informal exchange of information, informal exchange of knowledge. So we want the food lab to have this function of informal agora. Of course, Food Lab is going to be the more connected to the public space, because we thought that it's not just merely a bar or a kitchen, a place to eat, a place to have something to drink, but it has to relate with the city. So it will have a space of a temporary market with the network of local producers and local actors in terms of food, agriculture and tourism, and I don't know how to say in English, soberania alimentaria, but the thing is to reflect with them and to work with them on this important theme. And also we thought about involving food trucks and so gastronomy and tourism, and so this part will be very related with the public space as the leisure area that will have concerts, parties, sports, projection, I mean audiovisual projection, so about movies, about audiovisual art, visual arts. So these two parts will be very related with the public space. We are planning to do it in public space, and it's about all construction of networks and community. So all this part will be like the informal interface of the debates we want to develop with the people we will involve. Going back to the workplace, the central part will be the co-working area that will involve agora for the work groups, for the debates and stuff, but also laboratory and school, because the co-working area will be the part of co-learning, where we will apply the co-learning. So school, for example, will have a more theoretic part and a more practical part. The theoretic part will be where all the actors involved will take their work line, their projects, their work study, the study of sorry, the investigation they are doing. So as CivicWise will take we will take our work lines, but also all the actors involved locally will take there, and of course it will be the part where we will apply and where we will develop this new civic design course. The practical area will be more linked to the part of diagnostic, diagnostic that is very important for the area, for the port area, and for the mapeo, for the mapping of the actors and the activities, the collectives that are working on the city. But also the practical area of the school will be involved directly with the laboratorio, not only in the mapping, but also in the producing proposal, dispositives and methodology for the Civic Factory. So in the school area, we will develop actually like proposal of how Civic Factory will work, methodology for the Civic Factory, and also dispositives like chairs, tables, or what is, because we will have in the laboratory part a very practical issue that will involve Fab Labs. Laboratory will have also a theoretical part that means involving startups, the network of startups of Valencia, and we will take offices there, we will take people to work there, also in the co-working area with the students, with the collective, with the actors we involve to experiment the civic space. One thing I didn't say, Agora is very important because will be the place where in the debates, in the conference, there will be the four main actors will be involved. So technical professionals, the community, the citizenship, the public sector and the private sector will be involved in the debates and in the laboratory and will be practically involved. So the startups and the offices, the companies and the startups, the fab labs in the more practical, working with the school, and also the very good important thing that is a good issue, is a good thing for us, is the local camp. The local camp is inside the laboratory, will be 1 week. We'll give more details later about it. And it's when the local actors and the global actors will implement each other, will experiment, and will practice. So the practice is about working very strict with the school to develop the Civic Factory and to go on with the work line of CivicWise and the work lines of local actors. One thing we want to say is that now, before the Civic Factory Fest was think to have 1 week for each of Agora, Laboratorio, School, Local Camp, Expo, was think like this. Now we saw with the people who is working with us here that it's better to open up and don't be very strict. So it will be a constant process of co-learning and mixing all these functions. So the only strict things will be local camp, that will be 1 week in the middle of the month, and we will give later dates and details. That is the only thing that will be temporarily very situated. Okay, and then we have the expo and communication that are very important because, as we said, they will be constant during the month. So the expo will have a part communicating constantly what's going on, and then it will be focused also in the last part of the Civic Factory Fest. It's thought to be there, to stay there also after the Civic Factory Fest, and will communicate about what has happened and what are the outputs that come out from the Civic Factory Fest. One good thing that we thought it's going to be is that Expo will be the occasion for the chance for people who is not involved yet in the Civic Factory Fest or in CivicWise to present themselves. So we will have a more open expo that will work very dynamically during the fest, and a more structured way to participate. For all the people that locally or globally work in this team or work in other things, they want to show, want to get in a relationship with us, in a relation with us. And also it will be an occasion to show the civic practices, like the things we have in the book and stuff. So it's going to be very interesting because it will be also a chance to co-learn from each other and start to relate one in each other. And then, of course, it's very linked with the communication. It's very focused, and we are working with this with the partner, the main partner here, who is giving us the building, to have a very important and structured communication with the press, with the locally. That is a bit different from the things we will produce to show the contents. It's more focused on the event. So more or less, I think I spoke too much also, but this is the more or less the main thing. Of course, this is very dynamic. This is very open. We thought that it has to be an open structure where everybody who wants to contribute and put his competencies itself, his interest in one of these sector, in one of this area, can modify, can add, can cut, can move, and can make new interactions. So this is just a draft, and it can't be very strict because of the time we have, because of the because we want to do it, and we want to do it with our forces without wasting forces, without wasting time. So the good thing is that we want to keep it open as we can. So if Domenico, you want to say something more generally?
No, just some thoughts about the approach. As you can see, we started with this idea to have a second local camp in Valencia, and now we are facing a whole festival during 5 or 6 weeks, so it's something huge. So it's, I think it's really, really important that we can have a properly approach. What I mean is, here we have a great opportunity having a very powerful building, so something real we can touch here in Valencia during the 6 weeks, 5, 6 weeks, we will see, and putting together a lot of energy, a lot of people, every day with this ability to connect different people, transdisciplinarity, different communities, companies, universities, local authorities, a lot of things, makers. So it is something huge, so it's an opportunity. So the approach should be each of us thinking about what is our own interest personally. What you would like to do in this space? Thinking about the opportunity to do something. It's not just giving help. It's more, okay, we have this opportunity. Think about how you can take advantage of this opportunity. So this is, I think, a better approach, and then there is the global camp. So for the global camp is different. So there is something that could be more a community approach, let's say. So all the things is a community approach, but it's interesting to have for the rest of the festival, which is huge, thinking something directly that you want to explore, experiment. So
one thing I want to add about the presentation, okay, guys, don't focus too much on the image, because this is a draft, and we are working on it to give a conceptual map that everybody can read better. We have there are many, as you can see, many post-it and stuff, but those are only structural things that we are focusing now, and everything will be in Drive, so don't worry about this if you can't read it now. The tools we developed to work on it very shortly. I will present you. On Slack, we have created a channel for every thematic area. We created a folder in Drive for each one as well. For tomorrow we will put in Drive an image of the conceptual map, and we will put on the forum on this course a concept of everyone of Food Lab, and we will open a discussion about Food Lab, school, Agora, and stuff. There we will develop the contents, and in Drive, in the folder of Drive, we will develop the needs, the list of things to do, the list of actors and stuff. So we will produce documentation on Drive. So all the posts that you see are only practical needs that we have to focus now, and local actor we're starting working on to contact and stuff. So everything of this. So what about this? And everything, you will have everything for the weekend to start understanding better. This is just a presentation, We can start with the questions about the global concept. I see Maria has already made a question. That is, which part of the big lines like Agora, Laboratory, Civic School, do you have a vinculation with the university? Actually, we don't have any vinculation with the university. We want to involve them in the school. We have, yeah, but we don't have. We want to involve them. But we said it's not a vinculation. I would say that it's more because of us, because we don't wanna. Because the university, if you want a certificate through them, it has rules about put some professors of the school, and we don't want that. So we are gonna plan with them like another options. So if they accept, okay, and if not, they would be just supporting us, but not certificate. I don't know if. I think that was what I want to say. So if there are any questions or stuff. Did I scare you guys?
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question related to what you said before, your relationship with the press. Have you thought about developing a protocol so we know, or someone is more or less responsible of dealing with the press, so we have like a bit of a standardized message?
Actually, we don't have any responsible. And as you asked, maybe you are. So this could be the opportunity to think about how we can organize ourselves. Actually, what we need is to have for each categories some coordinators to take care of the process. So right now it's really important for the communication. So far we have Mario that visited us yesterday and today. But for instance, Mario is not really comfortable with English, so maybe he could help with the Spanish communication, but not in English. So actually, now the fact of the communication, we have to deal and to start relating with the organization that give us the building. That a good thing. One thing we didn't say. CivicWise is co-organizing this with the organization that give us the building. So the event is organized by two entities that are CivicWise and the organization that give us the building. And with them, with their office, with their legal office, we are starting to develop protocols and stuff. So we have to coordinate also with this. And for now, for example, when we will formalize the accord, the contract for the event, they will start immediately to communicate by their channels the event. So the relation. So this is a good thing because now we don't have the strength to do it. We don't have a press office or press agency. They have it. So it's a good thing to start with this. They are very, very open. So, but yet we don't have a relation because they are all in holidays. So Analia asked for the name of this organization. The name is La Marina de San Juan. No, Marina Real. Marina Real de Marina Real. Juan Carlos I. Which is a consortium, I don't know, public consortium between City Council, the government of Spain, and the Generalitat Valenciana. So the question of Analia, y luego Mónica with the two questions from Nicolas.
Nicolas, yes.
Nicolas, how anyone could be involved on the project, which is actually a good and huge project. So far, I think we have a lot of work to do with the local camp, but today we are not talking about it. So for the global camp, what we should do is uh, define, work, uh, select the work groups we already started in Paris and others that are coming up, and create these work groups, and with that, create a synergy between the CivicWise work and the local works here in Valencia. So there are a lot of work to do with that, but the organization is specifically centered on the work groups like Rural Lab, Civic Tech Lab, Insu Lab, Atelier da Rua, all of these projects. So the idea is to continue with this path and connect before the event, so improve what we already did in Paris, because maybe this part in Paris wasn't really good, connect with the local reality. But for that, maybe we can talk better next week. Now it's important to get as well more informed about the whole
The second part of the question is how community can help you because it's a huge work. I don't think it's kind of helping. It's more like we have to build it. I mean, find something you like, something you get interest, and start working on it. Because one thing we said very clearly is that also with the partners here, because CivicWise here is in the center of a group of partners of local collective architects, planners, sociologists, and stuff. And with them is working with La Marina. Okay, we are working with the organization. We said very clearly that if we don't find someone that wants to take on and carry the food lab, we don't do it. It's very important this. Because we can't spend efforts that we can't sustain. We can't spend strength we don't have. So find something you like, something you have an interest in, and start collaborating on this, working and building it. This Fausto with a question.
Yeah, so considering that, it's interesting that you share how are you approaching other local actors. So you just said that you and CivicWise and La Marina Real are the two main partners who are hosting the event, and therefore are the two ones who are accountable, who are responsible for the event, isn't it?
There are many collaborators that with CivicWise Valencia that are local actors that are techniques that they are already working in the neighborhoods or they have projects in the past in this neighborhood. So they are in contact with the social network of Valencia and with association, cultural association and people from the neighborhoods of Valencia. So they are helping us to build that network in here in Valencia through the people from here.
So, no, so to add something, we have we are three institutions, so CivicWise and La Marina, for organizing the project. But we say that there are people working on the project as well and taking responsibility and coordinating the process. So it's in terms of main responsibility, there are these two organizations, but we are organizing a distributed governance and having several coordinators taking care about the different items and categories of the project. So the challenge is actually there. So each main area needs work groups and some coordinators taking care of it.
all the local actors are in Slack, all the local actors are participating as well as we do in developing the content. So they are in Slack, they are already there, and everybody can join. I mean, also here Maria is saying something about the communication, that the global actors could be like partners that helps with the communication. Of course, but we have to go beyond the idea of helping uh, or contributing. Is that we have to understand that we are building it really in an hybrid space that is digital and physical. So feel free to start contacting, working on the groups on Slack and stuff, because local actors are there, and for example also La Marina is there. This is Slack. So we are opening the organization as far as we can.
We
Global actors. Complete projects are not new. That's right.
Well, Fausto is doing a question. I opened the call to find local actors. How would you think new actors can be added? That's a point we are discussing here in the work group with the little group we have up to now that followed the Civic Factory Fest since the beginning. And we actually had a meeting yesterday talking about this. We will have a next one next week. So this is the main thing. How can we open the work group? How can we do it? We just said that we start sharing our interest, we start sharing our needs about the Civic Factory Fest, and we start finding methodologies and well, that we are working on it.
So maybe there is a question that Maria just did that maybe is related with that. There is this doubt about, of course, the global community, how the global community could help with a physical event. And Maria is asking about maybe should be something about communication or spreading or the exposition, for instance. But of course, of course there is this possibility because it's digital and there is something everyone could do from everywhere. But here there is also the idea that maybe there is someone that would be more involved and maybe is thinking that he could be for the whole month there during the Civic Factory Fest. For instance, I don't know, maybe maybe I can use the example of Luis that is here. He's working in this Civic desk, so new furniture with the makers community. So maybe, no, it's not maybe, he's working on it and collaborating with Media Lab, trying to organizing an event that could be happen in Media Lab in the following month, and after that another event that could happen during the Civic Factory Fest. So actually something he is organizing himself, and he could be organizing that with the CivicWise community, but he will be taking care on it, and
I am interested.
Yeah, so there is a personal interest on it, and he is understanding that the Civic Factory Fest is an opportunity to insist on the project and going further. So this is a little bit the idea. So we are creating a sort of platform, a framework. It's a physical framework. It's also a huge opportunity to spread about the several projects. For instance, in each work groups we have Civic Tech, for instance, or Rural Lab, or I don't know. All of these work groups could think about what else we can do there that is behind, further than just participate on the local camp. for instance, taking part on the exposition. We will have this exposition during this month and a half. Will be maybe something useful. I don't know if I am clear about.
For example, I am dealing much more with the food lab because I think it's a good thing for rural lab. Because I'm involved in rural lab, and this thing of opening the concept of food lab, like more a space where also more than a kitchen and a bar, we have a work on food sovereignty, territory, local producers, markets, and stuff. It's something that has something with to do with the rural lab, the concept of rural lab. So I have a big interest in that, and I will follow the work of food lab and try to implement it and put myself in that.
So, for instance, there is a need. It's not something you have to say now, right now, but a basic need we have is how many of you are available during the whole 5 weeks or 6 weeks to be here in Valencia to get the place open. So this is the first important thing. We have to open a huge building. You will see it's huge, and there is the first challenge is, okay, we want to open this building, and we want to open as much as possible. So I don't know, maybe from 9 in the morning to the, I don't know,
It's a commitment, no?
midnight, but
For every day.
should be, this is something that so could be a commitment. So I can say Luis, that is here.
We need to know how many we are, no? Because this is really a challenge. If we are offering something, we need to keep open that building and taking care of our activities or whatever happening there. We need to know how many we are, no? Doing it. So we must, of course, we have a calendar, dates, and then everyone
so this is the
thinking, proposing, and
the first thing is get the place open. So, and when we have the place open, we can think about all the rest of the activity we can organize inside the place. So we are already, I don't know, here, I don't know, maybe 5, 6 people, but we need more. And so let's think first about.
Yes, one thing to remember is that since tomorrow we will have the concept of the Civic Fest, the concept of each of the sector on the forum discourse. So we can start developing this that Domenico just said. We can start to involve, we can start to focus, we can start to understand and debate about how it's going to be. We don't have it clear either. We just have an idea and we start sharing. From there, we will have a space to develop our interest, develop the whole concept, and also the particular area or the particular sector. So also in Slack, if anyone wants to open a channel or a discussion, please do it. We are just trying to. If you have seen all the channels have a CFF in the beginning, so just use this codification because we can also manage it very better. Also, if you took a look in the discourse, you will find new categories about the Civic Factory Fest. Please use this to localize the discussion and the debates. And one thing I want to say about this is that all the channels will be in Spanish because we have to involve, we are working with local actors, except the Local Camp. The channel of Local Camp and the debates about Local Camp will be in English because we have a huge community, international community, so we will use mainly English for that, but all the other channels will be in Spanish. It's a limit, but we have to think on territory, and we try to manage it.
Feel free anyway if you
write,
Write in English.
Yeah,
or...
feel free. You just to say that mainly would be in Spanish for that reason. But if you want to write in English, there is no problem. I'm thinking actually, for instance, Monica and Nicola. If you are thinking about, I don't know if I understand properly, you want to organize a school during 3 weeks. And you will be here during these 3 weeks, is something we can do. This is the spirit. So we have a lot of space. So if you want to organize a new school, a new concept of school during 3 weeks, we have the space. You just need to be here, take care of it, and do it. So it is something amazing we can do. So what is interesting here that any project is adding new value and more value to the other. So this is something.
Yeah, one thing to share, one Mamma Mia we can share, is that the building is fucking huge, man. It's big. So we have a lot of space, and we have to be structured, not to waste time, not to waste forces, but we have a lot of possibilities. We don't have to be scared about this, but because a big place is difficult to fill, okay, so we have to be conscious about this, so we don't have to exaggerate, but we have all the structure and all the opportunity to realize a big thing. So next week you will realize it when we will share, we will show something.
Actually, I don't know if really the next week we can.
No, next week. I mean, the next week. Yeah. We don't know when we will sign the contract. We can start giving images and stuff.
It's interesting. Something that the Marina is in Slack, in Telegram. So we have a really good relationship. So it's also very, very interesting.
We could share some dates, but calendar.
Any question? There is something interesting news. So there is a new project similar to Civic Factory in Valencia going on in Madrid. So we can create connection, and there is as well a good relationship with the City Council of Zaragoza, and so we can also create this connection with Zaragoza. And there is another one good news that the region of Nariño in Colombia want to organize a Civic Factory Fest in May in Pasto. So next year we will organize there in Colombia.
Not bad. Not bad.
Ay, Dios mío.
And there are other Mamma Mia, but not confirmed.
We are exploding because we have so much Mamma Mia inside that we can say that it's crazy. But we're going to burn, I think, one day.
Here, the heat here is not
helping. The heat here is not helping with this pressure we have inside, but no, we can share some dates, I think, about the camp and about the World Festival.
So for the date of camp, we have to say no. We want to we will change the calendar because of the Canary team. So we love you a lot, Canary team. So we changed the program for you.
And we expect you here at least 3 weeks.
Exactly.
It's okay?
This is the deal.
They don't talk.
Canary.
Canary?
Voglio.
Oh.
Allora, Canary.
No va bene, no va bene.
No, no están atentos, lo vamos a volver a cambiar.
Stiamo a fare tutte cose poi.
Oh, Canary.
I was in the phone. Sorry.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, ay, ay. Then we can change.
Tell me.
We said that we changed the calendar just for you because we love you so much.
Yes. You have to change the last week of November, I think. Is
But we want you here 3 weeks in exchange.
¿Qué más quisiera?
if you change, yeah, if you change the last week, maybe we go. We
Yeah.
will go 3
So
weeks.
the global camp could be
From the 12th.
from the 12th to the 19th,
Perfect.
20th. But you have to be here from the beginning of November.
So at the end of the second week of November. It's from the 12th to start with a party on Saturday, and the end is the 20th to end with a hangover.
So the last day, or the last weekend is 1920.
No, it's not last week.
Lo que ha puesto María en el chat.
The 12th to the 19th.
Exacto.
No puedo ver el chat de Han.
Del 12 al 19.
¿Cómo?
12-19.
Del 12 al 20.
Ay, papá, ¿qué pasa con Canarias?
¿Qué le pasa a Canarias? ¿Qué ha pasado ahí? ¿Hay un tornado o algo?
Es que es una hora menos.
Es una hora menos. Debía ser mejor, una hora menos.
Bueno.
Estamos empezando a ver la conversación ahora.
Creo que están viendo la España de
Está
básquet
súper.
y no nos están haciendo.
No, I have to leave, guys. Thank you very much.
¿Te vas a ver el partido, María?
No, ya, de verdad que no, de verdad que no. Un poco sí, pero no, es que he quedado. Y
You understood the dates, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so tell to the brothers, because I don't think they got it.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye, Maria.
Bye.
So everything is clear.
Okay, yeah.
You can start buying the flights to come. So, buy now.
¿Qué verga están mirando? No entiendo.
El partido. Se ve claramente. Mira la cara de Arten.
Chicos, yo creo que... sorry. Me gustaría que seáis más específicos. ¿Tenéis otras fechas para el resto del camp?
The camp is from the 12th to the 19th.
Sí, pues para lo otro.
The fest is planned to be from the beginning of November to the 10th of December. But these dates are moving, I think.
Yeah, from now until
March, but a few days.
Yeah.
The idea is to have a inauguración party.
A vernissage.
A vernissage.
Ah, claro.
Vernissage. So we'll have a vernissage the 4th or 5th of November.
Yeah, the first week of November. We don't know yet when.
And we will finish at the 10th.
The weekend of the 10th of December.
So this
Okay.
is the whole festival.
Sí,
But-
in that case, do you know more clear now what's going to happen at the beginning? Because it's going to start with a mix, as we said, and
The calendar will be all me. We don't have a calendar now because we are structuring all the contents. The only thing, the first idea was 1 week for each thematic area, 1 week for school, 1 week for expo. But we saw that with the people we are working here at the work group, we saw that it's not useful and maybe it's more interesting to cross all the functions. So the thing is, what we thought is we open the space in 1 month, and then we structure all the function there. So if you see the image, the central focus will be the co-working space, where there will take place the debates, the work groups from the debates of the Agora, the works of the school will take place there, and also the works of the startups working together. So that's the core of the festival, I think. But it's totally open. The calendar, we don't have a calendar. We just need people to propose you like global actors or like the local actors. You as well the local actors. So we want to do it together, the schedule, and it's not absolutely strict.
Fausto, it depends of us. It depends of you, for instance, no, and we must share our priorities, our agenda, our no, to get it.
Apri tutto is the new hashtag.
What's your priority? If you want to do something specific, if you want
You propose
Share.
days and we fix it.
and then with the other people we decided, no, but we must choose and make a commitment with that choice, no, and but
Okay,
everything
that's
depends
clear
on
message
us.
now. I understand it a bit better now. Because in my mind, I really need to be very selective on the dates. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to go for 1 week or 1 week and a half. But the sooner I know when I go, the more chances I have, that I can go, basically, because I have to book holidays. So yeah, this volatile structure is not good for that.
No, but Fausto,
I think I can get comfortable with the uncertainty.
But Fausto, we fix it with your information. With your information, you tell us.
Yeah, of course. And I guess that once we know everyone's
changing, for instance, local camp because the brothers watching basketball, no, Canary brothers. They told us their dates, no, and that's all. If we have, if the community has the information, we can make it. No?
And for instance, if you have just a week, of course, I think the priority would be the local camp. For the local camp, we have a fixed date.
But also, if you have a proposal about doing a course, doing a workshop, developing a theme, a thematic issue and stuff, you just say a proposal. I want to do it the 5th of November, and we put it on the calendar. You just take care of that, and it's on you. It's upon you.
So do you think the 5th of November will be the first day, or is it still not clear?
No, that week will be the first. No, I said the 5th of November. Just it's not without sense, but we were planning to have the inauguration, the vernissage on Thursday the 3rd. So the first weekend will be more the introduction of that. I don't know how many activities will take place there. I mean, like school and stuff would be more like a welcoming and setup of all the events, and then. But if you think in the first day we need to do a workshop, we discuss about it. Maybe the first days and the last days are more clear. What are the meaning of those days to introduce the festival, to celebrate the festival, but then everything is open except of the local camp. That, for instance, has to be planned. So it has to be filled of things, but only the dates are sure.
To be honest, I'm curious about the local camp, but I'm very, very curious about the whole mix coming together, especially the debates, and I'm actually curious which local actors are gonna participate. So yeah, see how I can make up my mind.
Maybe there is another important thing we can have in mind, that is this is the idea to have platform infrastructure. So having 6 weeks, what could happen is that during the same those weeks, we will have new projects coming up. What I mean is that maybe at the beginning of the November, we are just at the beginning of the schedule. As during the working sessions, during the functionment, I don't know, during the working days of the place, I think more and more organizations, people will realize the potential of the place, and they will start to propose new activities. So in a way, at the beginning we will have maybe not a lot of activities, and that toward the end we will have a lot of activities going on at the same time in the place.
And maybe it doesn't finish the 10th of December.
That's
because we have this possibility also, guys, that it can go on for another 10, 15 days.
We want to push for it. This is also the meaning of the...
We are actually, the good thing is that with the organization that give us the building, we have a very open and free discussion. They are very open, and when we said maybe we could go more farther than December, than the beginning of December, they said, yeah, we can see it. Let's see how it works. Let's see how it goes. For example, for the debates, Fausto, we thought that during a debate, maybe it comes out that there are a lot of people interested in working on that issue. We can set up very easily a workplace, a work group, and we have the space to do it. So we have this flexibility to do this. So if a debate is very interesting and there are people interested in working on that, we have a space, we have a co-working space, so we set up a working table and we do it in the next days. That's the spirit of how we approach that. Nicolas said that he's going to stay 2 years in Valencia. I think it's good. It's a nice place to live.
Yeah. Come, guys. Lot of things to do.
Yeah, one good thing is I think I'm thinking about this day that been very interesting, because now Luis came, Mario came, and we had a very interesting discussion about this also with the local partners yesterday. Very interesting. One good thing is to do what makes us interested in the event. Not to do efforts that doesn't fill us with happiness, with satisfaction. So this is the focus we want to transmit also to local partners and to all the global partners. And maybe one step we are giving it, just giving to this, is that we define it, as I said, as a civic space for emerging communities and emerging cultures. So it gives us an horizon that we are developing something very contemporary and very coherent with ourselves. So I think it's a good approach and can give us the freedom and the power to do it very good. Fausto has a question.
Yeah, no, just going on what you're saying, I think that question is very valid, not only for each of us as individuals, but for local partners. You know, when you get to meet a local partner, you can ask that question: what is your real interest? You know, what is your story? Why do you exist? You know, what is the real story behind your actions? You can ask it to myself, you know, and once we clarify that, you know how you can work with people, because you can focus on what is good for them. And I want to just move a little bit into another question. Is this the question of power? You have built some power relationships with especially the council and the university, but with other local actors that I'm sure they have a lot of power. And I was wondering, how are you taking care of those relationships to make sure that that relationship of power is maintained? It's not just on the Civic Fest. It's a long-term relationship.
You mean, if I understand properly, how, in a way, how we are creating a local community and how we are dealing with the power distribution, something like that?
Not sure. You know, when you do mapping of the local actors, you can do mapping related to the power they have. Okay?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, everything moves because of power. Oh, well, many things move because of power. So I was wondering that, yeah, like for example, with the council, is probably the one is more interesting, no? Because the council is open up and is sharing their power for first time in history, let's say. Oh, well, first time I at least I know. And I think it's crucial that how you behave with the council and how you invite the council to be part of this. So I was wondering, how are you doing that? And
Now,
yeah.
I now understand better. Yeah, the strategy right now is to be really open and not to be too much related to just one organization, like for instance, city council. So it's why we are talking with a lot of institutions, local institutions, and also other institutions like the City Council of Zaragoza, this connection with Colombia, the possible connection we will see with Media Lab Prado, because the idea is to be all the time a peer-to-peer, having a peer-to-peer approach. We are not working for the city council, we are not working for the marina, we are working together. And the collaboration is all the time based on this idea. So it's why before Laura was talking about how we want to organize the relation with the university. We work with the university. We want to have an official certificate for the schools we will be organizing on the place, but we are talking at the same level. We are not. We don't want other teachers from the university teaching on this school, for instance. So we can talk at the same level. So all the time, this is the idea. In terms of the future, the strategy now is, okay, we are building a relationship with local groups, with institutions, private institutions and public institutions, focusing a lot on the event. So this idea of something ephemeral helps a lot, because we are just saying, okay, let's organize something amazing, but is finishing at some point, and we will see what happens after that. So that, I think, helps a lot, and in a way, we are building the future, caring about the personal relationship. It's why I'm insisting about this good relationship we have with Marina institution, because we have a personal relationship, so far a good relationship with the strategic director of the Marina, that helps a lot. So for each institutions, we are creating these personal relationships with people, not just with the institutions, in a way. And so the question of Teresa is also maybe related, what happens after the end of the fest. So we are really focused on the fest. So let's have a good results, and let's have a good documentation of the results. So we want to make, for instance, a good book and a good documentary. So we should take care about that from the beginning, because this book and this documentary could be the key to achieve something bigger. So to achieve, for instance, to have a place like this one for some years, maybe. So, sorry. Lo voy a comentar pero un poco más. So the other way is also that the marina, for instance, and also the city council, in the next years, they will open new empty spaces for proposals. So the future, so what could happen after the event is that maybe we can present a very powerful project and get the use so officially for maybe some long period, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, so achieve the use of space like the one we are using for the fest. So in a way, we are prototyping, and we are testing and showing up how and why we are able to activate a space like this one.
Also, to respond to a demand, to a request that is very actually, it is a space to represent what's going on now in communities and people like us that are professionals working with new issues that need a response, and we can activate spaces that maybe have this response. And also there are many interests of activating spaces like this and activity processes like this in Valencia, not only from La Marina. So there are many people interested in this that are part, maybe a secondary partner now, but that can give us, we are all talking with them, that can give us maybe later a chance. So it's very, terreno muy fértil. It's very, there are many chances.
Even, I think, even in other cities. So we are, in a way, prototyping something really special, and so we can continue to do that in Valencia, and even the rest of the community could use the success we will have here to do something similar in other places. Like now, for instance, the people from Colombia are just planning.
We're thinking about Italy also.
Italy,
that we have chances there. And
Paris as well. There is now a huge wave of reactivating the empty space and industrial space, and there is all of this interest on the Fab City. So
yeah, but it's not only regeneration of spaces. That's the point. I mean, the event is not, it's a temporary regeneration, a temporary activation that really can focus on new communities and new needs of the society that are coming out, new cultures, or the collaborative cultures that is coming out, and needs processes, needs protocol, it needs spaces also, but it's not only about regenerate an abandoned space. A civic factory can be planned, can be installed also in a place that already works and already has its function. It's not a limit. I mean, we are developing more than urban regeneration. We have to focus on this, because if not, we are just doing something that everybody does, that is not bad, but we are working, we are focusing on other things. That is the collaborativism, the collaboration approach, and giving new chances to professionals and to communities. So we are focusing on this. Yes, Fausto.
That you said, that was really resonate with me. Giving chances to professionals. I think the way I see this whole process is that we are giving chances to professionals, but we're giving chances to every one of us to grow as people. And you can frame it as leadership. And you started the call saying, "What would you like to do?" That's a very affiliative type of leadership, where you just caring about what people want. But it's interesting that, especially with the local partners that you work with, that you are very aware of the possibilities that by bringing one or two or three leaders into your group of work, you are developing that person capacity to lead and to develop. So, when you talk about developing spaces, to me, the most important thing is developing the human beings so they can use the spaces in a different way. It's obviously all correlated, but yeah, I think you're doing it very well, to be honest. I mean, for the things I heard, I think it all very aligned to what's in my mind, so congratulations. But I think, for example, for you to think about on the day, when we did the local camp, we had loads of possibilities for growth, because we work in teams and we did presentations, we prepare videos, everything that is related to one person doing something that is not used to is developing a bit of another skill, and that's somehow personal development. And that in itself is leadership, because that person will be ready to do more stuff with his own life in the future. So yeah, let's see, once the whole thing starts, which possibilities we have to give little jobs to people so they can grow, and little jobs is just making a presentation of what's happening next, or telling a personal story about what happened in that particular area, or what happened in the neighborhood. I don't know. All these opportunities are around the corner, and they're very easy to take advantage of. What I want you also is to think that even if you are doing a lot of work, it'll be very easy to delegate tasks. And I think that's another quality of a very good leader, and Domenico does it magnificently, to find people that you think they can do something, and very open and honestly saying, "Listen, would you mind doing that, because we really need to do that." So yeah, that's my take on that topic. Growth, personal growth, or leadership, whatever you want to call it.
Thank you, Fausto, because this is very important to share this, and I think also that this approach we are giving comes from the session we made in the last weeks that were very, very, very important, and we all appreciate that the work you did. So I think we are growing as a community, and we are doing it well. So I invite everybody to follow the work of Fausto, and we are doing the Fausto is hosting, and because it's very, I think it's very important for the community, and it can take us very further. If there are no more questions, we can close the session, or if we want, maybe someone wants to share an impression, not a question, but a personal thought like Fausto did, would be appreciated.
Maybe someone don't like the project. You can say.
Yeah. Say.
Teresa, you better say something. You didn't say anything the whole session.
No, I think it's really big thing. Like I want to. I don't know which are my plans, but I'm thinking really to go there and to help somehow. I don't know, and nothing. I think it. I just ask it what happens later after this. Also to the space. If it continues to work or if it stops after the event. I think it depends on the result of the event. But if the space can continue to work after, or if it's better to put all the energies in this month, and then I think there will be someone who has to stay there all the time and to manage everything.
For the space, the situation will be is not clear so far, but what is really possible is that the marina will make a call for proposals, and companies or organizations could propose projects to get the building, something like that. So in a way, if we will do something very great, and we experiment how could work the space, in a way we can propose something that has a lot of sense, and maybe we can win the challenge, the contest. I don't know how you say in English. So something like that.
Okay.
But no.
This situation is very good, I think, because we really cross a specific interest of La Marina, because we experiment a regeneration, and they are planning to regenerate the whole area. So they need the content, the contents we will produce. So this is a really good cross of interest, because we need to do this, we need to protocol, we need to process, we need to develop a prototype, and they need to experiment regeneration. We will do it temporary, but the door is totally open. So the only thing we are sure that the event will end, but maybe not the Civic Factory.
And I have the last question, like how it is connected with the Disegno Civico course. I mean, there will be a call in the Disegno Civico website. I mean, I saw the next course will be on March, so maybe it's possible to create like there will be in the school, I think, like a physical Disegno Civico course, so maybe it's useful to create like a core for people who wants to participate physically to the design.
Yeah, this is a very important question, because actually we are working on a even more important synergy between CivicWise and Disegno Civico. Actually, even we can avoid the differentiation between the course and the CivicWise. So the idea is from now on to say just that there is a course related with the CivicWise work groups, and the people taking part on the course actually had the opportunity to be integrated on the CivicWise projects. So when you start the course, you choose what kind of project you want to be part of. And at the end of the course, actually, you are a CivicWiser, and you had all the experience to understand how CivicWise work, and you are at the end really integrated on the community. So this is the idea, and in this scenario, actually, any CivicWiser could be a protagonist of the organization of the course. What I mean with that is that each work groups of the CivicWise should choose some coordinators that deal with the participants and coordinate the work for the participants. And also to be clear, so these people should be paid as well. So it's a way to distribute more the way to the way as the course works, and is also a way to understand better the synergy between CivicWise and the course.
Practically, during the fest and during the camp, we will develop and we will integrate the lines, the work lines that then in the course will be available for the students to follow. I mean, Teresa, we are planning the civic design course in Italy, okay? From the camp, from the fest, will come out the contents that we will propose to the people who will approach the civic design course in Italy, and to say them, these are our lines of work. We develop it physically and digitally. So you can do it physically, coming to a camp or coming to the fest, or you can do it digitally in the course. So, and then you can add your work line, you can add a project. So that's basically the main thing. We will experiment the work lines and we will develop it to then bring it to the academy, to the course. And then there is another question from Fausto. How can we help? Do you still need to have a conversation about local partners? Maybe yes, we need this, but I think the most important thing is just take a little time to understand all the thing we will put on Slack and on the forum the next days, and trying to do what Luis was saying before, propose. Focus on what you like, what you interest, and start putting in this, put your interest, put your heart. I become romantic after a while. Put your heart in it and just start to build it together.
Also, Nasia, I don't know if Nasia is still there.
Nasia, we miss you. Where are you? We want your voice. I think she's listening to YouTube.
Maybe.
This is Nasia.
Oh, guys, can you hear me?
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Espera.
Problem. I have a connection problem, and yeah, but I'm listening. I'm trying to be a good listener, and I'm really excited actually, because it's really something huge, and I don't know. And yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward actually to start working on that. I don't know exactly how it will work. It reminds me of the local camp preparation, but I'm sure it will be great. So I'm waiting to be on the Slack channels and think and see if I can also do something.
Thank you, Nasia.
You're welcome.
We don't know if Nasia, we don't know if you are saying something slowly or is the connection that is slow. But you feel really great, really. I don't know. Okay, guys, maybe it's time to. Yeah.
Time to go out and enjoy the city.
Enjoy the night. Tonight is full moon night.
Beer,
Wow.
pizza.
Celebrate.
Pizza Valencia, ok.
And yeah,
Pizza Valencia no, a Valencia no, Monica, una merda.
maybe not.
No.
We know.
No, the
No,
last
don't say that, Francesco. It could be offensive, you know.
Ma lo capisco, sono a Parigi, quindi la pizza.
But yeah, guys, thank you very much for hosting this and for sharing. It's nice to see your faces again, everyone. Even Bente Hui, can we see your face, or are you just gonna be hidden there all the time? Hey. Oh, apareció. Estaba ahí de secundario. ¿Qué estará haciendo, no? Que no nos hace caso.
Who is watching basketball? Artemis is
Cats.
I am working.
Ah.
Estamos en los diferentes ordenadores mientras tenemos eso aquí al lado.
Está la multimedia.
No estamos viendo el baloncesto.
Cute. And the other one is missing is Archibox. What is the name of Archibox? I never remember. Nico.
Nicola.
Come on, show up, man. Where are you? Hey, how are you, man? Nice to see you. It's funny, no, when you're in a couple that you have to share the screen with two and there's no space, so you have to push.
It's my session.
Look, three.
Nice.
Even more difficult, 4.
Oh my god.
Selfie.
Que nos vamos, guys.
Okay, well, let's go for dinner, no?
Oh, fame.
Nice to see you.
It was a pleasure, guys. I really enjoyed.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all.
Ciao.
Take care. Bye.
Hasta luego.
Listo. Pues muy bueno, Gabriel.
Tiempo de goce, ¿no?